Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. At 89, Julie Andrews finally admits the truth about Christopher Plummer. After 50 years of rumors, Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer will forever be remembered as one of Hollywood's most iconic on-screen pairs. Their chemistry in The Sound of Music wasn't just enchanting, it was electric. For decades, fans have wondered whether their connection transcended the screen. Now, at 89, Julie Andrews is finally setting the record straight, revealing the truth about her relationship with the man who became a lifelong confidant, creative partner, and perhaps something more than the world ever realized. When The Sound of Music hit theaters in 1965, the story of Maria and Captain Von Trapp captured the hearts of millions. Behind the scenes, Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer formed an instant connection that would spark decades of speculation. "We just clicked," Julie once recalled. "From the very first day, we understood each other." Yet, despite their undeniable chemistry, both actors maintained that their relationship remained deeply platonic, a statement fans never truly believed. Over the years, whispers grew louder. Crew members described stolen glances, laughter between takes, and quiet moments shared away from the cameras. Plummer himself later admitted that working with Julie was like falling in love a little bit. Now, more than half a century later, Julie is reflecting on the bond that defined much of her life and career. In a recent interview, she spoke candidly about the rumors, the love, and the truth that existed between them. "Christopher and I shared something rare," Julie began softly. "It wasn't romantic in the traditional sense, but it was love, in every way that mattered." Her words have reignited the fascination surrounding their relationship, especially after years of hints that there might have been more beneath the surface. According to Julie, their connection was built on trust, mutual respect, and a creative understanding that didn't need definition. "He was mischievous, funny, and brilliant. He had that twinkle in his eye that could make you forget your lines," she laughed. "But more than anything, he was kind. People didn't always see that side of him." Still, even Julie couldn't deny that there was something deeper there. "There were moments," she confessed. "Moments when I wondered what might have been if timing had been different. But life is what it is, we had our paths, and they didn't cross in that way." At the time of filming, both actors were married. Julie, please subscribe and like the video before continuing. To Tony Walton and Christopher navigating his own complicated personal life. Yet, their on-screen bond seemed to bleed into reality. When the cameras stopped rolling, they stayed close, sharing long conversations, letters, and laughter across continents. Even after The Sound of Music made them global sensations, they never lost touch. Christopher once described Julie as one of the most lovely and honest people I've ever known. In his memoir, he hinted that their relationship had flirted with romance, admitting, "We were never in love, but we adored each other." There was definitely a temptation. For decades, fans took that as confirmation that something real had existed between them. Julie, however, chose to stay silent, until now. "I think we loved each other too much to complicate it," she explained. "We knew that if we crossed that line, something beautiful might have been lost." When Christopher Plummer passed away in 2021 at the age of 91, Julie's statement was filled with grief and tenderness. "The world has lost a consummate actor, and I have lost a cherished friend," she said. Behind those words, many sensed a lifetime of unspoken emotion. Privately, sources close to Julie revealed that she was deeply shaken by his death. "They were soulmates," one friend shared. "Not in the romantic cliché kind of way, but in a deep, enduring bond that transcended everything else." As Julie reflects on her storied career, she credits Christopher with helping her navigate Hollywood's pressures and maintain her sense of self. "He grounded me," she said. "He was one of the few people who truly understood the madness of it all." Their mutual admiration extended beyond The Sound of Music. Over the years, they reunited on various projects, award stages, and documentaries. Always please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Slipping effortlessly into their familiar rhythm. "Whenever we met," Julie recalled, it felt as though no time had passed. He'd tease me, I'd laugh, and suddenly we were back in Salzburg again. Fans who followed their journey often describe their relationship as a rare Hollywood friendship untouched by scandal. Yet, for all its purity, it carried an undercurrent of longing, what some call, the love that never happened. Julie admits that, in some ways, that was what made it so special. There's beauty in restraint, she reflected. Sometimes love isn't about possession. It's about knowing someone so completely that you don't need words. Despite the decades that have passed, the shadow of the Sound of Music still follows her. Audiences continue to associate her with the role of Maria, and Christopher with Captain Von Trapp. That story captured something timeless, she said. And in a strange way, it captured us, too. In recent years, as Julie has reflected on her life and legacy, she's spoken more openly about the emotions that defined her connection with Plummer. She described him as a wonderful blend of chaos and control, a man who could be both intimidating and tender. He could walk into a room and command it without saying a word, she said. But with me, he was always gentle. That was his gift. Their bond was also one of creative equals. Julie, known for her precision and discipline, found balance in Christopher's spontaneity and edge. He taught me to take risks, she shared. He'd whisper before a scene, forget the plan, let's just feel it. And it worked every time. When Julie recently revisited old photos and behind-the-scenes footage for a documentary, she was moved to tears. It's hard to explain, she said quietly. You see those moments frozen in time, and you realize how much love there was. Not the kind people assume, but the kind that lasts forever. The world, of course, has always romanticized their story. Even Christopher once joked that he and Julie were practically married on screen. But Julie now admits that their closeness went beyond friendship, though it was never defined by labels. There was something between us, she confessed. We never needed to name it. Fans who've long speculated about secret love letters or private trysts might be disappointed. There's no scandal, no affair. What existed between Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer was deeper, more profound than fleeting romance. It was, as Julie now describes, a kind of partnership of souls. He understood me, she said simply. And I understood him. That's a rare thing in this business. In her later years, Julie has often reflected on the cost of fame and the relationships sacrificed along the way. Yet, she holds no regrets about the path she and Christopher chose. We did the right thing, she said. We protected what we had. Even so, she admits that there were times when she wondered how life might have been different. We talked about it once, she revealed. We were older then, and he said, maybe in another lifetime, Julie. And I told him, yes, in another lifetime. Those words, tender and bittersweet, capture the essence of their relationship, timeless, unspoken, eternal. To this day, Julie keeps a framed photo of them together on the Sound of Music set. It reminds me of a time when everything was new, she said. And of a man who made it all so very special. As Julie Andrews nears 90, she's become more open about embracing vulnerability and memory. You reach an age where you realize the truth is not so much a revelation as it is a relief, she explained. People want to know if we were in love. And the truth is, in our own way, yes, we were. We always will be. The revelation has stirred emotions among fans and friends alike, offering a poignant glimpse into one of Hollywood's most beloved friendships. For Julie, speaking out now isn't about feeding rumors, it's about honoring a man who shaped her life in ways words can barely convey. He was my friend, my confidant, my partner in laughter and mischief, she said with a smile. And yes, my heart was his in some way, always. Her confession, tender and heartfelt, closes the chapter on decades of speculation, replacing rumor with truth. In the end, the story of Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer isn't one of secret romance or scandal, it's something far rarer. It's the story of two souls who met in a moment of magic and never truly let go. 50 years later, Julie mused, I still hear his laugh. I still feel his presence. That's love, isn't it? Indeed, it is. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing.